Hero in almost 60 seconds, Thutmose. Formerly seen as one of the worst heroes in Tacticus, the Plasmancer received some much-needed buffs a few updates ago. Does that make him a viable hero now? Let's find out.
Before he got his flying trait, Thutmose used to pogo stick around on his spinal column thing.
Thutmose's active ability hits a target at range 2 and up to 2 other random targets with 1 hit of direct damage. Its damage is kind of low, but ignores armor completely. Thutmose's passive hits an adjacent enemy with 1 hit of direct damage after Thutmose has moved, or at the end of his turn, when he does not move. Its damage is about 2/3 of that of his active. One small thing to note, this ability does not get included in the damage preview, not even when you specifically tap a move to hex in melee distance of your target and it is the only enemy unit in range, because it's not part of Thutmose's attack. Thutmose has a mobility of 3 and a 2 range 2 hit attack, 65% pierce plasma type, for a medium reach of 5, but his flying trait makes him more mobile in terrain-rich battlefields. His melee is the same 2-hit plasma. Thutmose has an average to lowish HP pool and lowish armor, which is somewhat compensated by the Necron set of weapon, defensive item and crit booster. Still, moving him in to capitalize on his passive ability can be a risky move. Thutmose has flying, which improves his mobility at the cost of him not benefiting from trenches or tall grass, and living metal, which makes him regenerate 10% HP at the beginning of his turn and makes him mechanical. I haven't really found any super cool uses for Thutmose. He is nice to have for the Mirror Indomitus campaign, and his abilities being direct damage can help you deal with the Gravis-wearing Inceptors and heavy intercessors in Elite. Other than that, he still feels below average, to be honest. To summarize, Thutmose probably will not be your top priority to build, at least not until you're trying to 3-skull Elite Mirror Indomitus, but he is no longer outright terribad. I think he could use another buff. Maybe his active could additionally suppress or otherwise hinder whatever it hits, and his passive could affect more, or better yet, all enemies, possibly even at a distance of 2. Or maybe give it an Eldrian or Aethana-like effect. Exterminatus, aka Buff Necrons and Justice for Golgoths, even suggests a nearly total rework, based on the tabletop Plasmancers.
Movement 2. Range 3 1-hit plasma type, melee 1-hit direct type, but increase attack to 250% of current value to compensate. Active abilities damage is acceptable, but increase range to 3 or even 4. Passive abilities output should be reduced to 25% of its current value. But it should hit all enemies in range 3 and afflict them with supercharge, plus up to 30% pierce rate to incoming plasma attacks, like Sarquail's active does.
Well, that would make him an interesting hero for sure. I'd love to read your opinions or other ideas on that in the comments. And looks like our Thutmose minute is over. Praise be to the Emperor. Thanks XT for the input. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Tactician.